All right, we'll come to a comfortable seat. Start out in a cross-legged position, whatever's comfortable for you. We're just gonna come get grounded really quick. If you can prop up on something like a blanket or towel just to have your hips elevated, then that's good. And then just slowly start to sink into your seat. So if you can, sorry, I forgot I had music going. I'm like jamming over here. Let's turn that off. So begin to close your eyes, let the eyelids melt, and then roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Let the shoulder blades just drip down your back. Sit up tall and curvy. Trying not to flare out the ribs, so tuck that tailbone under if you have a tendency to do that. And start to eliminate the distractions, the noise from the outside, and open the door to come inward. Start to feel the material, start to feel the earth, feel the clothing on your skin. Notice if you can feel that on your legs. Notice if you can feel the mat or the earth or towel blanket beneath your feet. And start to notice your posture. Start to feel the breeze or any air brushing against your skin. And then rise that. Feel the hair brush across your face, or maybe down the back of your neck, or maybe it's pulled back tight. Notice the sensations on the outer layer of our body. And then once we create some type of barrier with the outside world and our body, let's come inward. So let's start to really bring awareness to our breath. Let's breathe in, inhale through the nose deeply, and exhale, side out the mouth. Inhale through the nose deeply. Exhale, side out. Take a few more deep inhales and exhales like that, feeling the shoulders drawing up, the chest lift with the inhale, and then feeling the body collapse with the exhale. Have your heart lifted, your chin tucked, so the back of the neck can grow long, extending that end of the spine. Our start to today will really focus on our foundation once again, our core, which, as we know it, is the stomach area, the abdomen. It's also the top of our thighs, like the top of the quadriceps, is part of the core. So we'll start to today, grow into building some fire, some activation within the core, and then really grow into poses that will use that. And when we focus on the stability of the center, it really helps with keeping the limbs stable and keeping the flexibility integrated and strong rather than flailing and loose. So take one more moment here to find yourself, find your breath. Begin to cultivate ujjayi breath, jai breath, victory breath. It's like a light aspirated whisper in the back of your throat. Use this breath as a guide or as a vehicle throughout the practice today. Let it introduce yourself into the pose, and then let it help you transition out of the pose using your inhales and your exhales. You want to make this sound, this like ocean-like sound again at the base of the throat on the inhales and the exhales. Maybe even the sound, the audible noise of this breath can help you keep tuning in, can help you focus on where you are right now on the mat in this moment. And when you lose it, then you know you're either wandering, you're focusing maybe on the core, but maybe come back to that breath. Let it again guide you. into that pose. We're going to begin with a gentle twist. So if you're with your legs cross-legged, bring the left heel of your foot closest to the pelvic floor, and then we're going to keep the right knee bent, but bring the sole of the foot to the mat and bring the knee towards the sky. So you're sitting like this. And then we'll bring our left hand out by our side and our right hand behind us, and then swim that left arm around to wrap around the right leg, and then twist to the right, sending your gaze over the right shoulder. Breathing deeply, inhaling to lengthen the spine, and then exhaling, maybe you spin a little deeper towards the right. Keeping it gentle, keeping everything soft, not going rigid. Really hug in that right leg with the left arm. Opening the collarbones. We're going to stay twisted and then tuck the chin and send the gaze over the left shoulder. So you're feeling opposites pull, opposite twisting. Maybe you roll out your neck here, feeling a little tense. I know all I do is stare at the computer screen all day. So this is always a nice gesture. We'll unwind our torso and swing the left arm behind us. And then walk the right foot in front of you a few inches. Feel like your hand is anchored towards your hip. And then inhale, sweep the right arm up as you lift your hips and pour weight into the right foot and the left hand. So the right arm's by the ear. You're opening the chest, opening the heart. You're feeling expansive here. Feel big, feel long. And exhale, come back down. Lower the right knee. Bring the left hand now beside your left leg. And then we'll sweep the right arm up and over for this side stretch in the right side body. So left hand to the left. Yeah, just a simple stretching this way. Breathing your exhales into the ribs, into the spaces between the ribs. Really feeling that length. Maybe even spin the left ribs up and over, sending the gaze towards the sky. Then we'll stay leaning to the left and start to rotate your shoulders towards the left knee. I have a plant in the way. But if you can, walk your hands out and really stretch, again, the lower back and that right side. We won't stay here long. You can begin to maybe stack your right hand over your left hand, or start to just walk towards the center, but keep leaning over your legs, and then reach your hands out in front of you and just let your head drop. Again, just a gentle stretch, waking up the whole body. Begin to lift up and start to walk your hands back. And then we'll switch the crossings of the legs. So we'll bring the right heel towards the pelvic floor, and then we'll keep the left leg bent and bring the sole of the foot to the ground and the knee to the sky. Which way are we? We'll bring our left hand behind us and our right arm out to a T, and then just wrap that arm around the left leg and twist to the left, sending your gaze over the left shoulder. Using that left hand to really prop your torso up, but not letting that shoulder get jammed into the neck. So keeping the collarbones wide and your torso tall and curvy. Just a nice gentle twist. Sticking with your breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Then we'll tuck our chin, stay twisted, and send the gaze over the right shoulder. So feeling the spine go tall and curvy, maybe feeling a little flirty here as you look over, open the heart, roll out the neck, unwind, sweeping the right arm behind you. walking that left foot out in front of you a few inches. Pour weight in the left foot, pour weight in the right hand, and inhale, lift the hips as the left arm comes by your ear or anywhere up. Just feel like you're reaching through the left fingertips. So you're reaching in all directions as the hips move up, hand and foot ground down, and left fingers are reaching. And then we'll come back down. Ground the left knee. Bring the right hand beside you. Sweep that left arm out and up and stretch over to the right. Spinning the left palm towards the earth. So you're getting a nice deep stretch into the left side body. Breathing deeply. Spinning the right ribs under, up, and over. Not just doing it, but really feeling it, especially through the core, the stability of our foundation. We'll stay leaning to the right, start to frame the shoulders towards the earth and walk the hands out. I have room now to the right. Maybe stacking the left hand over the right hand, getting a deeper stretch. Let the head hang a little heavy to get the back of the neck to relax, and then start to walk your hands out in front of you. Pause for a moment. We'll keep our hands out in front of us, but we're gonna climb now to hands and knees. So if you'd like to keep a blanket under your knees for comfort, do that. We'll stack the wrists beneath the shoulders, knees directly beneath the hips. Settle into your tabletop, maybe sway your hips back and forth, really grounding or spreading all fingers and grounding into all four corners of your fingers. If you can find that, maybe you shift around, feeling the distribution of the weight. Puff up through the shoulder blades. Then we'll just move with the breath through cat and cow. So we'll inhale to lift the hips, sink the belly, open the collarbones, and lift the gaze for cow pose. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round out the spine, and then release the head between the shoulders for cat pose. Inhale to lift the hips, drop the belly, let the shoulder blades pinch in. Then exhale, rounding out the spine, tucking the chin, gaze towards thighs or navel. Then inhale, keep moving with your breath, starting with the tailbone. Lift the gaze for the inhale, curling in everything, emptying out for cat pose. Keep inhaling to lift the hips, arch the back, open the shoulders, lift the gaze. Exhale to tuck that tailbone, hollow out the abdomen, release the head. Keep moving with your breath. Maybe it's slower, maybe it's quicker than me speaking. Add any gentle movements that might feel good to you. Maybe you tuck the toes. Send the hips back to one heel. Nice. As we awaken the spine, on your next inhale, take a pause and come to a neutral spine. We're going to start to waken that core. We'll stretch the right leg long behind us. I'm in a weird angle today. Stretch the right leg long behind you. Just rock back and forth on the ball of the foot. Feel that stretch, then lift the foot and roll out the ankle that way, pointing and flexing the toes. Really making circles with the ankle. And find a squaring in the hips. So maybe you have to drop that right hip, feeling that the sacrum is leveled We'll pour weight into the right hand, keeping the right leg lifted, and lift the left arm by the ear, stretching that out in front of us. Take a nice big inhale, reaching in all directions, and then exhale, crunching elbow to knee. Inhale, expand, pressing the heel back, fingers forward. Exhale, crunch, elbow to knee. Tucking that chin, rounding the spine. Inhale to lift, pressing that right heel back. Exhale, keeping it tight, navel to spine. Really use the core so that the energy and the breath can come out of the leg and the arm. So it's all within the mid-body. Beautiful. Nice, keep moving with the breath. We'll take one more inhale, expand, really reach in both directions. Then exhale, replace that left hand back down and the right knee back down. Feel it out, move the hips, feel the shoulders. Maybe you want to round the spine a little bit. And then we'll lengthen the left leg long behind us, grounding the ball of the foot and rolling around the ankle. Lift the left leg, point the toes, flex the toes, make bigger circles. Then we'll flex the toes, feeling the energy out of that left heel. Again, trying to square the hips, feel it lift up, feel it lift down, find what's neutral to you. Pour weight in that left hand and then inhale to lift the right arm by the ear. Reaching through the fingertips, we'll inhale to lift everything and then exhale, crunching elbow to knee. Inhale, expand. Exhale to crunch. Inhale. Exhale, navel to spine. So again, you're kind of moving in that cat-cow, but with other extra limbs involved. Exhale, come in. Inhale once more, reach long, stretch in all directions. Then exhale with control, bring that left knee back and that right hand down. We'll walk the hands out about a handprint in front of us, tuck the toes and lift the hips up and back straight to downward facing dog. Pedal at your feet, walk your dog. Pressing the thighs back. Maybe press one thigh back, bend one knee. Then the other. Really pressing firmly into your pinky and thumb. Inhale, rise to the balls of your feet. Put a slight bend in your knees and then take a slow stroll to the top of your mat. Feet meet the hands and then just let yourself hang. Let your head get heavy like a rag doll. Maybe you grasp opposite elbows, opposite wrists. It might be nice to interlace your fingers behind the base of the skull. Whatever makes your head get heavy and your weight get to the balls of your feet. Really bending deeply at the waist. Waking up the hamstrings. Release whatever you're holding onto and take a slow roll up to stand. Feeling each vertebra stack on top of each other. Once you arrive, roll the shoulders up, back and down. Maybe you walk your feet in a little closer together. I like to have like a river of space in between, very narrow. Some people like the feet to touch. But stand up firm, stand up tall, feel strong here in this mountain pose. Lift the toes, feel the arches activate in the feet. Then relax the toes down. Maybe you can do one by one. Start to point the tailbone towards the heels of the feet as you lift the pelvis up. You tilt it forward. Open up through the heart space. Let the inner arm spin outward. Soften your eyes and feel like you're on a mountaintop. Take one big breath here. And exhale, sigh it out. Let's inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Palms press overhead, gaze lifts. Exhale, draw a line through the midline, fold deeply in half for Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up, palms to shins, collarbones wide, neck is soft. Exhale, plant the palms, bend the knees, and step it back to a high plank. Excuse me, Carson. Excuse me. So you're in this high plank, firing it up, fire up through, puff up through the shoulder blades, pressing firmly into the hands. Press those heels back in space. Breathe here, one breath. Then we'll bend the knee, the left knee, and bring that to the mat, and then swivel that left foot out off of the mat. So you're like this. And then we'll come to ground the inner right foot and come to the side plank. Once you feel comfortable, liberate that right arm to the sky. Breathe here in the side plank. Again, try not to jam out the shoulder. Really lift up, expand. Fall back on the shoulder blades. If you feel comfortable here, lift the right leg. So lift it straight back. Again, pressing through the heel. Sorry. Yeah, I hate this angle. Good, you guys are getting that. So you're pressing that back, lifting up. Maybe, if you dare, bend the right knee and capture the ankle or foot with the right hand. If you do that, really press that right shin back and lift the heart towards the sky. So start to spin those left ribs over again. And if you're hovering, fine. Sucking in the navel to spine, really activating that core. We're gonna keep that right leg lifted, and you can use the hand to step the foot up towards the top of the mat and then ground the right hand. So you're coming into a low lunge. Nice. Firing up here. Start to pour weight into that right arm. Sweep the arms forward and up, framing the ears. Begin to sink that left top of the thigh down, forward and down as you tug the right hip back. And press the right shin forward. Reaching through the fingertips, spin the triceps towards the ears so the pinkies come inward. We'll begin to reach up, start to arch up and back through a little mini back bend. And then exhale, plant the left palm to the mat, bring the right hand to the thigh. We'll start to spin the left ribs towards that thigh and then liberate the right arm to the sky for a twist. Stay here or tuck the back toes to lift the back knee. So then you're in more of like a lunge like this. Nice, open the collarbones. Feeling that left hip opening up. And then we'll come to frame the front foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the leg if it is still grounded, and then we'll step it back to downward facing dog. Breathe here for a couple breaths. Keep connecting to that Ujjayi. Then we'll inhale, we'll ripple forward to a high plank pose. And then exhale, descend the knees, the chest, and the chin for Ashta Pranam, keeping the hips lifted in this awkward caterpillar shape. Press the elbows towards the midline. And then inhale, press into the palms, lift the chest, point the toes for baby cobra. Shoulders wide, elbows in. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the toes, lift their hands and knees, hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise to the balls of the feet. Exhale, bend the knees, look past the thumbs. Take another stroll to the top of the mat. We'll land in a long spine, halfway up, palms to shins. Then exhale to fold Uttanasana. Inhale, come all the way up through your widest wingspan. Press the palms overhead. And exhale, hands to heart. Drop them by your side for Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Gaze is up. Exhale, dive to the midline. Fold deeply in half. Inhale, halfway up. Collarbones wide. Shoulder blades pinch. Exhale, bend the knees. Plant the palms. Step it back to a high plank. And firing up that core. Press the heels back so the butt doesn't lift. Let the butt be neutral. The glutes are neutral with the back. Feeling the activation in the arms and the core. And ground that right knee. Swivel the right foot off of the mat. Spin onto the inner side of the left foot. Then liberate that left arm to the sky. So in the supported side plank, stay here, and when you're ready, lift that left leg long into the sky. Again, opening the chest, leaning back on the shoulder blades. You could keep that leg lifted, foot flexed, or bend the knee and capture the ankle or foot with the left hand. You do this, again, press nice heel. Press that shin back, open the heart, spinning the right ribs towards the sky. Nice. Release the foot. This time we'll ground the left hand first. That's probably what we should have done. And then keep the left leg lifted and step the foot next to the left thumb for a low lunge. Cool. Breathing here, staying in this moment, not thinking about what's coming next, not thinking about what you just did, but arrive here now in this pose. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears, we'll lift the arms up and over to frame the ears. Sinking that right thigh forward and down. Really arch through the back. We'll lift up and over for a mini back bend. Exhale, flowing here. Ground the right hand, bring the left hand to the thigh, and then spin the right ribs around, and then liberate the left arm up. You can stay in this little lunge, pressing the hip forward and down, or tuck the back toes to lift the back leg. Try not to jut out that left hip, keeping it in tight. You don't realize how much you use your core in certain areas. Inhale, reach once more. Exhale, frame the left foot, step it back to downward facing dog. We'll inhale, ripple forward to a high plank. Exhale, descend knees, chest, chin to Ashta Pranam. Hands in line with the armpits, elbows pressing inward. Inhale, press through the palms. Steamroll forward, grounding the belly. Point the toes for baby cobra. Sorry, you can't even see me. And then exhale, lift, tuck the toes, lift the hips for downward facing dog. We'll inhale, rise to the ball of our feet. Exhale, bend the knees, step, hop, or walk to the top of the mat. Land with a long spine, halfway up, shoulders wide. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Palms press overhead, gaze lifts. Exhale, hands into prayer. Arms by your side. We'll bend the knees, sink the hips, bring the arms by the ears for chair pose. Tuck the tailbone, lengthening the spine. Look down, make sure you can see your big toes. If not, you need to sink a little deeper and press the knees back. If your knees are touching, your toes are touching. If your toes are not touching, your knees shouldn't be touching. Trek that knee over the middle toe. Lift up through the heart as you sink a little deeper. Nice. Exhale, hands in the prayer, straighten the legs, fold in half. Inhale, halfway up, palms to shins. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back to a high plank. Step it back to downward facing dog. So we've done Chaturanga a couple times now, lowering with the knees, chest, chin. Now I'm going to teach you Chaturanga Dandasana. This is when you lower without the knees. So we'll inhale to ripple forward to a high plank. On your exhale, just bend at the elbows halfway, keeping shoulders, elbows, knees in line. Inhale to press through the palms, lift the chest, point the toes for upward facing dog. And then exhale, roll over the toes, lift the hips for downward facing dog. So now you have a few options when we roll through a vinyasa. Feel free to use either or mix and match. So you can stay in downward facing dog for now. And then we'll lift the right leg up and back. Squaring the hips to the mat, toes pointing the ground. We'll exhale, knees to nose, plant the right foot next to the right thumb. Ground the back heel, have your feet like heel to heel or heel space alignment, and then look forward, lift up for warrior two. Bend deeply in that front knee. Nice. So feeling the power, the activation through that outer back foot, letting that anchor that knee forward. So not using all of the weight in that right thigh, but really using the anchor of that back leg to press your mid body forward, and then lift up through the chest and the arms. In warrior one, you want to point your tailbone towards the floor and not flare out the ribs. Nice. Inhale here, then we'll exhale, hands to the prayer, open up for warrior two. So you open your left leg, your left foot out a bit. Maybe you need to spread out the space between the feet. This time we have heel to heel or heel arch alignment. So you want that front foot bisecting the back foot. Bring arms out to a T, bend deeply in that the front knee, endeavoring to get a 90-degree angle. Relax the shoulders, lift through the ear tips, tucking the tailbone. One more inhale here, feel strong. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Use the right hand to tilt the torso forward. Straighten that front leg, seal. Tip the torso forward. So you're cutting that right hip under. It's not a good angle for triangle pose. So then you'll bring the right arm down, left arm up. Spin the gaze towards the thumb. Beautiful. Feeling the right hamstrings opening up. Feeling the left side body stretching. Lean back on the shoulder blades. Letting the right hand come to ankle, shin, or the mat. Again, being expansive. Taurus season is a time to be expansive. It's a time to search for the truth. And it's a time to evolve. So really feel like you're growing here. And then we'll pour weight into that right foot, rebend the knee, and we'll come back to warrior two. Breathe here for a second, for one moment. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the front foot. Step it back and lower your way. Ashtha Pranam, knees, chest, chin, or bend at the elbows, keeping the knees lifted for Chaturanga. Inhale, scoot the chest forward. Keep the knees lifted, spinning the inner thighs to the sky. Exhale, tuck the toes, tuck the chin, lift the hips up for downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up and back. Toes face the floor, squaring the hips. Exhale, bend knee to nose and plant the left foot next to the left thumb. Ground that right heel. Have the toes pointing to like the top right corner of the mat. Bend deeply in the front knee, face forward, rise up, warrior one. Virabhadrasana one. Breathe here. You already know we've been here. Anchoring that outer right foot, the pinky side. Bending deeply in the left knee, lifting the left hip up. Exhale, hands into prayer. Shift to the right side of the mat. Open up for warrior two. You need to widen your stance. Shift the footing. Arms out to a T, gaze over the left middle finger. Relax the shoulders for Virabhadrasana 2. This is a major pose where we like to lean into that left hip. So try to lift the left hip up, keeping a bend in the left knee, just to take some weight off of that quadricep. Straighten the front leg. Use the left arm to lean the torso forward, cutting the left hip under. Drop the left arm, lift the right arm for Utthita Trikonasana, triangle pose. Feeling stretchy, feeling long, expansive. Opening the left hamstrings this time. Really lean back on the shoulder blades. Use your core and use the right hand to lift you all the way up as you bend into the left knee, back into warrior two. Arrive here, and then we'll cartwheel the hands down, frame the left foot, and then step it back to flow through your vinyasa, or go straight to down dog. So again, lowering with the exhale, with or without the knees. The inhale rolls you forward, opening the chest. Exhale over the toes for downward facing dog. Nice. Beautiful. Rise to the balls of your feet. Exhale, bend the knees, look past your thumbs, step, hop, or walk to the top of the mat. Land with a long spine, halfway up. And then exhale to fold. We'll bend the knees, sink the hips, sweep the arms up by the ears, back into chair pose. Really lifting the heart, firing up the quadriceps. Weight is in the heels. Exhale to stand, hands into prayer, Tadasana. We'll step the left foot back about 3 feet, 3.5 feet. It depends on how tall you are. Celia, you'll do like 2 feet. Okay. We'll square out the hips, bring the arms out to a T, and then flip the thumbs so they're down, they're facing down. We'll swim the arms behind us, retrieving opposite elbows or opposite wrists. Beam the heart forward, and then frame the long front leg with the shoulders, tuck the chin, exhale to fold over, maintaining that long spine. For pyramid pose, Parsva Tanasana. Breathing here, relaxing the toes here. You want the arches to feel like they're firing up. You also don't want to feel like you're on a balance beam, so if you need to widen your stance of your feet, do so. Keeping both legs straight. Endeavoring to get your nose to touch your knee or your shin. We'll tuck the chin and roll up halfway. Gather the hands to the hips and begin to pour weight into that right foot. As you lift all the way up, bring the left foot with you, with control, using the core, and then plant the sole of the left foot on the shin, on the thigh, wherever it lands, and then rise up and find your tree pose. Breathe here, relax the shoulders. Wherever you are, don't just do the pose, but feel it. So feel the activation, feel the bent knee pressing back and down. And when you do that, you don't want to also press the sole into the leg. You want the leg to press into the sole of the foot. Feeling strong, like no wind could knock you down. Keep your hands at your heart or grow your branches and reach your arms by your ears. Find your balance. Maybe you focus on a point that isn't moving to help keep your balance. Find up that standing leg as if you were in Tadasana. And then we'll bend, keep the left knee bent, bring the knee to the chest. So again, we're all in the core here. We can fly through Warrior 3 just as a transition pose. So pressing that heel back, and then we'll land on the ball of our foot into a high lunge. So however you get there, you can get there. We'll raise the arms. Bend the left elbow, hook it outside of the right thigh, bringing hands into prayer. Keep your back leg lifted, or you can bend it, coming down, still get a twist. Tracy, you wanna go the other way. So twist your torso the other way, hooking the leg, there you go, perfect. You can keep that left leg lifted or bend it, ground the knee. Whatever works for you. You want the heart to reach the thumbs. And then we'll come unwind, frame the front foot, lower the back leg if it isn't lowered, and we'll walk into a pigeon pose. So start to walk that left foot behind, or the right foot behind the left wrist, ground the shin, ground the knee. You can have the shin can be parallel, but it also can come to a diagonal. So the right heel could be coming more towards the left hip. We'll look back, make sure that left leg is coming right out of the hip, and then start to walk your hands out forward, folding over your shin. Breathe here for just a couple breaths. So much of yoga is moving, flowing, and today activating the core. But so much of it is also resting. You're resting, but you're stretching. Might not be moving, might not be flowing, but you are internally activating ligaments, tendons, muscles. So here we're focused on that right outer hip. Breathing deeply. Start to walk your hands back towards your torso, lifting up. We'll keep the right leg bent, ground the right sitting bone, so roll onto the sitting bone, and then swing your left leg out in front of you so that the thigh comes to the right sole of the foot in this Janu Shirshasana. So we'll shift the shoulders to frame the long left leg, and then just walk the hands out, rounding the spine here. Get a little more of the inner thigh this way. Breathing here, sending your exhales to your low back. Keep that left foot flexed so that you really feel the hamstrings. Tuck your chin, start to peel yourself up. We'll come out of this the same way we came in, so swing that left leg back behind us. Come onto hands and knees. Lift up to downward facing dog. You can flow through a vinyasa here, or just sit in your down dog. We'll rise to the balls of our feet and then make our way back to the top of the mat. Step, hop, or walk. Roll all the way up to stand. Shoulders away from the ears. Then step the right foot back about 3.5 feet. You can estimate that. Lift up tall, bring the arms out to a T. Spin the thumbs down. And we'll swing the arms behind us, grabbing opposite elbows, opposite wrists. Really beam the heart forward, shift the shoulders to frame the left leg, tuck the chin, maintaining length, start to fold over that leg. Ardha Let the head hang heavy. Have the weight distributed evenly through both feet. Inhale about halfway up. Gather the hands to the hips. Begin to pour weight in that left leg. Put a slight bend in the knee and then rise up, bringing the right foot with you. With control, sucking navel to spine. Plant the right foot wherever it lands on the left leg. Lift up, bring hands to prayer or reach up long with your fingertips. And then actively press that right knee back and down. Usually the hip with the bent leg is the one that lifts up. So really press it, the knee back and down to level out the pelvis. Finding a drishti, finding that focal point that is not moving to focus on, keeping your balance. So much of balance is in the core, but it's also the foundation. So we keep the foundation strong, then the legs, the limbs, the energy can flow through the feet and really find the grounding there. Really let the activation, let the stabilization come from the whole body, not just the core. So we'll stay here. You can bring hands into prayer. That's easy to transition. Keep the right knee bent. Bring the knee to the chest. Then slowly tilt the torso forward as you press the right heel back, coming through warrior three, and then landing on the ball of the foot into a high lunge. Reach the arms long. Arrive in your crescent lunge. And then we'll bend the right elbow, hook it outside of the left knee. Hands into prayer in this standing twist. Of course, you can ground that right knee as well in Parivrtta Harsanakonasana. Really twist here, feeling the right ribs spinning outward. Lifting the heart to the thumbs. Sending your gaze over your left shoulder. Pressing firmly on the left foot. Inhale, let the spine go long. And exhale, unwind. Frame that front foot. And then, well, if you didn't ground the back leg, ground that. And then walk the left foot behind the right wrist. Ground that shin. Ground the knee. And then walk the right leg. Scoot it back a little bit. Give yourself some room. Look back. Make sure it's coming right out of the hip. And then we'll sit up tall. And then walk your hands out. And fold over your leg for Raja Kapotasana, Pigeon Pose. Breathing deeply here. Start to lengthen your inhales and lengthen your exhales as we come to wind down. Plant your palms, walk them back, lift the torso, keep the left leg bent, ground the left sit bone, and then swing the right arm or right leg out in front of you, pressing the sole of the left foot into the thigh. I'm sorry, you can barely even see me. Tilt your torso up, spine long. Frame the long right leg with your shoulders, and then tuck your chin and round your spine, folding over the leg. Let your hands fall wherever they do. Let them land either just on the mat with the palms up, hold on to your ankle or your shin. Really activate the right leg though, keeping the foot flexed. So though we're not doing much with the core here, let's keep it active. Really plugging in that thigh into the hip. Tuck your chin, begin to peel yourself back up. We'll bring the legs out long in front of us, bend the knees so the soles of the feet are to the floor, and then with control, start to lower the back down. We're gonna do a couple back bends really quick. So press firmly into the feet, bring the arms out by your sides, pressing the palms into the earth. As you press down, inhale to lift up your hips for say Bandhasana, bridge pose. Lift the hips, don't let the knees splay outside. Keep pressing the knees inward as you press the hips up. You can interlace the fingers underneath your glutes. Walk the shoulder blades or the upper arms underneath your torso. Nice. Inhale, lift the hips a little higher. Then exhale, start to slowly roll from the top of the spine to the bottom of the spine down. Stay here, just pause for a moment, feeling all the sensations. Then we'll come right back into it, keeping the feet grounded, the palms pressing into the earth. Inhale to lift the hips. Walk the upper arms and shoulder blades beneath the chest. Maybe you interlace the hands back under you. Press the hips up. Feel like you're pressing the feet forward, like you could rip the mat or wherever you're on apart. Nice, beautiful. Keep pressing those knees inward as if there's a block in between your knees or your thighs. Stay up as long as you like. On your next exhale, you can start to roll back down. Nice. Once you get there, spread the feet out wide. And just start to windshield wipe your knees. Nice too. Draw the right knee towards the chest. Roll out the hip a little bit. Stay laying on your back. I'm just trying to look at you guys. And then take the left hand over the right knee and draw the leg over the body for a twist. Bring your right arm out to a T. Send your gaze to the ceiling, to the sky, or spin your gaze all the way to look at your right arm. Chaturanga, Supine Twist. Nice. You definitely want to twist over, but keep that right shoulder grounded. Nice, Tracy. Even if the knee doesn't make it, you want that right shoulder to ground. So it's the twist is coming from the upper spine. I like when it's just two people. I can really talk to you. Draw that knee back to the chest and let the leg go out long. Bend the right knee, bring the knee, or bend the left knee, bringing that knee to the chest. Roll out the hip. We gave it a lot of attention. Use the right hand to draw the knee across the body for a twist. Send the left arm out long into a T or like a gold post. The gold post gets into the shoulders a little bit. Should have said that on the other side, but it's okay. You're at home, do what you want to do. And feel the twist, grounding the left shoulder. Lengthening your inhales, lengthening your exhales. Draw that left knee back towards the midline and stretch both legs out long. We'll come into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Can wrap up, layer up, whatever you like. Maybe put some socks on, maybe wrap a blanket over you. Really swaddle, cuddle yourself. This is the moment where you want to thank your body the most for doing everything that it does every day. Once you surrender, once you start to sink, once you start to really feel the support beneath your entire body, let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Really melting into the earth as if Mother Nature herself is holding you. Feel the vibration through the speakers out into your home. Begin to deepen your breath, watching and feeling the exhale flood through the body. Start to awaken your limbs by wiggling your toes and your fingers, if that's nice. If it feels better to just lay in stillness, that's fine. We will eventually begin to bend one knee and then the other into the chest. And then roll over onto your right side into a fetal position, hugging in yourself, hugging in your highest and truest form of self. knowing that can never be lost, it can never be given away. Then start to press the left palm into the earth and press yourself back up to sit. Keep your gaze soft, or if you can, keep your eyes closed. We'll meet in a cross-legged position. Rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. Noticing, checking in how you felt when you arrived at the mat to how you feel in this moment. We'll seal this practice with the chanting energy sound of Om together. Feel free to join, feel free to listen, but try not to separate yourself. Let's gather our hands to heart center. Lift the heart, bow the head. It might feel awkward, it might feel weird or confusing being alone in your house and oming, but do it for yourself. Let's inhale together. We'll raise the base of our thumbs to the third eye, lean back, inviting gratitude. Always remember, slow down. Enjoy the small, simple things. Be present and live with intention. We'll exhale to fold over our legs, grounding our fingers, touching the earth to seal in our practice. Namaste. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Liz.
I feel like that was a whole hour. That feels like it was like 15 minutes.
Really quick.
Good. I hope I know it goes quick. I hope you're feeling good.
That was great.
Great. It was so nice to finally meet you, Tracy, although you're already like in speed dial on my phone. It's like we're friends. It was so good seeing you, Seal. I'm so happy you reached out last minute. Like, yes.
This is perfect today.
Never too late. Well,
Yeah,
thank you both.
Bye, Liz.
Bye. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
Nice seeing you. Yeah, so,
Yeah, you too.
so I
Yeah.
guess we'll get an email, and every Wednesday this will be your class pretty much?
Yeah, every Wednesday I'll be teaching at noon now. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. And I saw
Cool.
a couple other classes. I guess you're doing this one, then you're doing this is the vitality flow, but then you're doing the invigorating flow too.
Right. I did invigorating yesterday. So it was similar to this, but somehow I got more in an hour. I was looking at the time like, God, I can't even do what I was thinking. I was planning. I had to cut some things out, but it worked out perfect because I didn't want it to be too intense. So yeah, Tuesdays it's a little more intense. Was that good? Did you felt like you could handle that fine?
Yes. It just, when we do the tree pose, my balance is not great yet.
That's fine. That's why you do it, to work on it.
I broke toes in both feet, so not toes. I guess it's my metatarsal. It's like right where your toes are connected to your foot.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I did the left one in October of 2018, and then the right one, I have no idea. It just started bothering me, and I went to the doctor, and they were like, "Oh, you have a break." I was like, "No, I don't." "Yes, you do."
Wow. Oh my gosh. You seem so young too. Like, what's going on? You need more water. Drink more water. Vitamins.
And actually, I was sick in February, and that's why I didn't come back to start yoga until March, because I was sick in February. I was going to do it. And then I got blood tests, and I was low in vitamins and all that kind of stuff. And
oh, wow, yeah.
So I've been taking vitamins regularly more since the end of February, but I stopped everything because I was sick.
Right. Totally makes sense too.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling good for like 6 months before just
wow.
Stuff going on, like
everything going on. Yeah, beating you up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Well, I'm happy you're back. I'm happy we got to practice together. I really am.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I'm hoping to see you. Hopefully next Wednesday. It'll be a maybe. Okay. My boyfriend's changing his work schedule for the month of May. He works at the airport for American Airlines.
Oh, wow.
And they're changing something just for the month of May. So if you don't see me, I know
I'll
do,
see you soon.
yeah, I'll see you at some point, or we'll connect. And like I said,
Great.
I have and the number, I guess I used to have Elaine's number, and I texted her by mistake. If she texted you saying, why is Tracy texting me? It was a mistake.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah. You can always, anything with classes, anything with that, directed to me. She doesn't really.
Right, because it was like 5 minutes before class, and that's why I didn't have the right link.
I think it was Kate's class.
I just went to Wake Up Yoga, and I went to text, and I didn't realize I texted her by mistake instead of you. I gotta erase her cell phone but I have it all under Wake Up Yoga.
Got it. Makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. That's fine. And we're all connected. So we, she was like, if you have if anyone reaches out, or if you don't know, Tracy did say something. I'm like, okay, got it. Yeah. So yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So I didn't mean to text her. I did that by mistake. I know. I've always reached out to you. It's been great.
Good. I'm happy. Yeah. I'm happy you're back.
Yeah. You're the manager of the Wake Up Yoga South.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hopefully too, I'll continue if the studio does open, which I'm pretty optimistic it will. So I'm excited. It's not the end.
You know who's going to be? You're going to be running it with who else?
I'll be running it, and hopefully, I don't know if you've met her before, but she was a teacher at South. Her name's Achula Simpkins. She was going by Jennifer. But yeah, so it would be her. She just has to, work out through this chaotic mess right now. And then like I said, I'm pretty optimistic it will come through. They're going to want all small businesses to get up and running. So I have a feeling it will be easier than we think.
Yeah, everything's all set up there. It's so easy.
Exactly. That's the easy part. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm excited, but yeah, I'll still be managing.
Yeah, definitely. And I just had a friend of mine that I just told her about Wake Up Yoga the middle of February, and she started going to Kate's classes on Friday night.
Oh,
she lives at 10th and Porter, and it was like, and then everything happened. It's my boyfriend's brother's girlfriend.
Cool. That's nice. You guys could do that together.
Yeah, because she used to work out at her gym up near where she works in North Jersey, and since she's working from home,
right,
everything happened, and she walks up 13th Street just like I was doing it. It's great. The walk is great too, from and to.
Yeah, it is. It's nice for me too. I don't mind it. It's actually like less than a mile. I don't even think it's a mile from the Italian market. It's great.
I'm just more south.
The other way. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, it's great. Well, enjoy the rest of your week, and I'm very glad that I decided to do this.
Me too.
The cats are so cute. You just have two?
Just two of them. Yeah, just two. Sometimes it feels like we have 10. There are plenty. Usually, this is a very different today. I don't know. I was in a different mood. I'm like, let's just get this. Let's knock this out. And I usually lock them up, and you'll hear them like crying because they don't want to be locked. So I let them free today, and they didn't really bother me. So it's trial and error. We'll see.
It's great to see them. And when we have the other classes, like we do Sarah's class, a lot of people have dogs that are like on the mat with them. It's so cute.
Love that. Sometimes I just don't want it because this one, the one up there, he likes to, as soon as I open the mat, he thinks it's playtime. So he'll really start to, scratch and bite me and play. And, sometimes I'm like, I just don't feel like getting beat up while I'm teaching, but he left me alone. So it was okay. I'm glad you enjoyed them.
No, definitely. They're so cute. I wish I had, and I wanted to get a pet. I do want to eventually, but it's like I'm never usually home. Once this all happens and I'm not going to be here, I wouldn't want to.
I know. I think that's happening with a lot of people. People are saving animals, and then when everything opens up, what's going to happen?
Exactly. Because I believe me, I've thought about it a million times.
I'm sure. Yeah, right.
I'm glad I've been able to go to my boyfriend's on the weekend, so at least I get out and go to his house over the weekend. So that's
cool. That's good. Does he have any pets?
No.
No.
The same situations I'm in.
Yeah, he's never home.
Yeah, he's divorced and has kids, so the kids have at their house where they live with their mom.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah, but same thing with me. Like we're never with work and everything else. It's like we're not home enough.
All right, we'll get a cat. They're fine.
I know. I thought that. You know what is? The thing is, I'm technically allergic to them, and I've been taking my allergy medicine all the time. But my parents have like the family dog. And even when I'm around her lately, it's been bothering me.
That's not worth it.
Allergies are terrible right now.
Oh yeah, definitely outside. Yeah. And then the fur just adds on top of it.
Yeah, because I've been trying to take walks. If I don't take a yoga class, at least take a walk when the weather's nice.
Right.
It looked like it was going to rain. I figured let me do this, and I wanted to meet you in person.
I
Sort
know.
of.
Thanks.
Virtually.
Right.
Yeah.
Virtually. See your face. It works.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'll look for the email. I guess the email will either come from you or Karina.
Right. Try either Monday morning or Sundays. We try to get it out on Sundays. Yeah. You'll see us next week. I'm pretty positive that you'll see us next week. At this point, we would have made someone else.
Yeah, I was hoping you guys had a good enough turnout for the 2 weeks because she said it was a trial.
Yeah, exactly. And we did, which is so really great. I'm kind of surprised just because of the shift with the pricing option. So I was curious to see how people would take that. It's been great. It really has. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the 12. I had the because I was a student and or unemployed when I first got my class card. So I was
Right.
The class card was like $11, so it's only $1 more.
Oh, that's true. That's great.
And right now, I mean, what else am I doing? I'm not spending money.
I know. I think that's it too. I think a lot of people are like, why not at this point? What else are you doing? And yeah, you can go outside when it's nice out. Like it was nice for these past couple of days, but there's only so much you can really do outside. So it's nice to have something to come back to.
Yeah, when I go out and take a walk. I go from my house to the Navy Yard and back. It's like 3 miles round trip, but then sometimes my phone's bothering me, the one the most recent break one. So I've gone on that twice. I've been trying to be careful with that.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of walking.
Yeah. I mean, this has been great. So it's not like
Good.
my foot's bothering me.
Not too intense. Yeah.
No, it's perfect. So again, I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. I'll see you soon.
All right. See you, Liz.
Bye.
Bye.